Hey guys, happy Friday. So as you know, on Fridays, I take the opportunity to invest in myself. And I do so by working with a personal trainer. It's the first time that I've ever done it. I struggled with this idea of investing in myself and having a personal trainer for the longest time because I was like, oh my God, that's money that I would be spending on myself. And if you know anything of my story with money, I am very frugal. I am very money conscious. So that was just not something that I thought could be for me. But today was interesting because I actually took a step in adding additional training sessions to my routine because it's a goal of mine that I have coming into 2020. And so we're getting started now because why put it off until January 1st when I can do it now? Like, doesn't make sense to me. So we're going to start now instead of saying, oh, well, my goal for 2020 is to do this. I have 2.5 more months left. Like, let's start this goal now. No need to wait for 2020 to get it started. Because there's been a lot of things that have kind of come up recently. And I wanted to share this with you because in my own experience of making the decision to work with someone that I invest in myself and then someone pours into me was a completely new concept that I have actually been working a lot with my counselor on. So, I openly share that I still go to therapy for many reasons. But one of the things that we continue to work on is this idea of feeling full of oneself. And let me tell you, that is a doozy, particularly for women, because so often I hear, and I have also felt, that by investing in myself or putting myself as a priority, I felt selfish. I felt like I should be serving other people. And I felt like it was wrong for me to set aside time or set aside money or set aside anything that would be enhancing me. And that, there's some deep-rooted stuff in there. But I see this just so often that if we engage, particularly as women, in something that is what helps us, we feel selfish in that practice. And I think so it's interesting because I recently had this experience where I confidently stated something that I have done. So it wasn't conceited. I actually did it. And the person said, well, aren't you full of yourself? And I thought, yes. I've been working for many years in therapy about this, and my answer to you is, yes, I am full of myself, and thank you very much. And it wasn't in a conceited fashion. It was in an acknowledgement of what I have done. And I think that it is so interesting that as women, we can't confidently say things that we have done without someone else saying, you better check yourself. Watch that. Don't be too conceited. And I think that there's a fine line. There's an approach and there's a way to do it. But why shouldn't I be full of myself? That's my question to you. Why shouldn't women be full of themselves? Because the more full, like literally, the more full of myself that I am, the more I can runneth over. The more I can just pour into other people because I feel so fulfilled. And I think that this is a notion that we really, really need to look at. This idea that you can't be full of yourself, I think is just crap. And so I am walking into 2020 with my goal of saying, I want to be full of myself. I want to be so full of myself that I run over and just pour on everyone around me so that they can feel full, right? Like, so that my light shines and just like takes over the room. Like, that's my goal for 2020. I want to be so full of myself that it just continues to spread to anyone and everyone that's around me. And I don't think that that's being conceited. I think that that is stepping into, like, Maslow's theory. If you look at this, like, self-actualization, that is the goal of the human experience. That is actually the goal of the human experience. And we cannot get to that highest self if we continue to shortchange ourselves, if we continue to not step into who we are, if we continue to live outside our stories, because we're afraid of people seeing us. We need more connection. We need more people to see us as the full person that we are in all of it. Like, you guys will see, and you have seen, like, my shit days, my trauma stories, my stories of grief and loss and sadness and anxiety and depression, and I'm still going to counseling for all this stuff. And you will also see my consistency, my determination, my desire to serve other people in what God has given me as my strengths. You will see all of that. And that is the human experience. We should be seeing more of that from every single person. Every single person should feel full of themselves to be able to pour over into other people. I just think that that's so beautiful. And I think that that is what it's all about. So, forgive me if I went on a tangent there, but I just, this is something that I've personally worked so hard on because I felt so selfish. I felt like I couldn't step into anything that I was doing because I was so afraid of being seen as being cocky or who does she think she is. I was so afraid of that. And now I want that gone, and I want to step into what I was made for on this earth. And I want you guys to come along with me because I want you to step into that for you. Because the more that you shine, the better all of us are. So, how about you come along with me and we'll be full of ourselves together? What do you think? Let's change the meaning of that. Let's change the meaning of being full of ourselves from being something that's negative to being something that's so enriching to not only your soul, but to the souls of other people around you. Let's change that meaning. Like, that's my goal. That's my goal for 2020. I'm going to change that meaning. So I'm going to keep bringing that to you, and we're going to be full of ourselves together. What do you think? All right, guys. Well, I could talk a lot more about this, but I think that's good for now. I hope that you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Friday, and I will see you soon. Bye.